Good morning. Welcome back to Bible and Blues. And today this morning, I am back in the car. Why? I actually overslept this morning, I guess. It's Friday, though, so it's okay. Got out of the house early enough. I didn't oversleep a lot, just too much to be able to open the computer, turn the computer on, get all the programming going, get a green screen up. It takes close to half an hour of extra work when I do the video at home. And I'm not quite centered on here. Hang on, I'm sorry. That's a little bit better. But, so, a little, OCD kicking in, I guess. Actually, more anal. OCD is something else entirely. I don't want to insult people with OCD. It's an actual condition. So, anyway, grab your coffee, or your drink of choice, and, sit down and let's read. Continue on with Psalm 19. We're starting, today we're working on verse 17 through 32, which is Gamel and Daleth. I'm going to have to actually kind of check what these things are about, these names, because being a non-seminarian, I'm along with, a good portion of active Christians and haven't really been trained in a lot of this stuff. So I'd actually like to go ahead and do a little study on what each one of these is. These are particular people. Some of them sound like Beth and things like that, but other things like that. So anyway, yeah. That used to say Young Life on there. This is what happens when you put a coffee cup that says, do not put in the dishwasher. This is what happens when you put in the dishwasher. So overtime. Eventually, the glue that holds the liner in there is going to give way, and I'm no longer going to have a coffee cup. So, for commentary, I don't have a lot today because the big thing that happened was the Comey investigation, where he got up and talked, and it sounded like an employee that was upset that he lost his job. Didn't have good things to say about Trump. Well, not a lot of people do. Said he was not that President Trump was not ever under investigation. Said that Trump lied to him. He didn't say that Trump didn't ask him or tell him to drop things, but asked if he could. Said he was uncomfortable around Trump. Okay, I'd probably be uncomfortable around him too. What other things did he say? Well, he did say that then Attorney General Lynch during the election actually did ask him to refer to the Hillary Clinton investigation as a matter, not as a criminal investigation, which I don't quite understand. That does sound like pressuring somebody to reword things to allow somebody else to look best in the light, because nobody cares about having President Trump look good. Not easy to do anyway, but for all of that, the Clintons did. It makes that whole meeting on the tarmac look very, very much more suspicious than just a couple of grandparents sitting down talking about their grandkids when they happen to meet when their private planes happen to be on the same tarmac. That's so what's weird. That's like meeting my friends at Fred Meyer. I'm sorry. I digress. It's just that whole 0.1% thing. That those people in power have such a disconnect from, and Trump is no exception to this. But they have such a disconnect from those of us who, I drove, 35 minutes to get to work. All right, I'm getting a part for my son's bicycle, and he needs a new rim because he did what a 14-year-old does to bikes, and and there's such a disconnect. To me, that $75 I'm going to spend today it has an effect on me. Okay. And these people are talking about meeting on a tarmac on their private planes. Oh, let's go talk on my plane. I've got a better bar. Whatever. Or I don't. I've swept for bugs on mine. Have you? No. Okay, we'll go meet on mine. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm getting off on a tangent here. I'm just kind of saying, you know what? I don't relate to these people. Um, I'm a blue collar guy. I have a sales position now, but I worked my way up through the warehouse. I've done construction. I've done all kinds of different jobs. I've made really bad choices in life. Yes, freely admit. Um, First and foremost, though, I'm a Christian, which means I have complete riches waiting for me in heaven. And so all of this stuff down here that's happening in our politics and things like that, this is really all a distraction when you come right down to it. So we need to be very, very careful about this, because this is really as a distraction from what's really important. What's really important is our relationship with God. Okay, first and foremost, our relationship with God. And for me, that means my relationship with the Holy Spirit, who and my acceptance of Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and learning through the books that I have, and the main book, of course, the number one book, the one that everything goes back to is the Bible, and that's why we're going through this thing, and we're going through right now. We're going about to start Psalm 119, verse 17 through 32, and this first part is titled Gimel. Do good to your servant, and I will live. I will obey your word. Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law. I am a stranger on earth. Do not hide your commands from me. My soul is consumed with longing for your laws at all times. You rebuke the arrogant, who are cursed and who stray from your commands. Remove from me scorn and contempt, for I keep your statutes. Though rulers sit together and slander me, your servant will meditate on your decrees. Your statutes are my delights. They are my counselors. We continue on with Deleth. I am laid low in the dust. Preserve my life according to your word. I recount my ways, and you answered me. Teach me your decrees. Let me understand the teaching of your precepts. Then I will meditate on your wonders. My soul is weary with sorrow. Strengthen me according to your word. Keep me from deceitful ways. Be gracious to me through your law. I have chosen the way of truth. I have set my heart on your laws. I hold fast to your statutes, O Lord. Do not let me be put to shame. I run in the path of your commands, for you have set my heart free. Here ends reading the Lord. Thanks be to God. So what do we read here? And as a conservative Christian, so and somebody who has listened to, and this is one of the reasons why I've kind of gotten on this atheist kick, because, and I have to be careful because most atheists are just out live and let live. They don't really care. Okay, and I should put that out there. I don't know why I need to, but apparently I do. It's just like I would say that most Muslims are just trying to live their lives, and this is how they and while I might consider how they're relating to God not the right way, I'm in the U.S. They can do what they want. Okay, what I have a problem is anti-theists. Okay, and anti-theists is the ones that's going to speak out against my faith and call me names and call me things and claim that I'm an idiot. Even though I know some very highly intelligent people with, lots of schooling who are very successful in their personal lives, and they are very, very strong believers. And you would never argue that they lack intelligence, or you would never argue that they don't know what they're doing in this life, or that they're using things as a crutch. I also know people who are Christian, who are using their the Bible and misstructuring and misusing it in ways that will to support their own thinking. So anyway, again, I digress. I'm on a tangents thing today. This is do good to your servants, and I will live. I will obey your word. So there is kind of a contract between us and God. And he will do good by us. He will, and we talk about I don't want to turn this into a money thing. It's not because and it's not like your life is going to get easier because you're a Christian. In fact, for some of the reasons I've discussed today, life is actually can actually get harder because you're a Christian, you know. But being a Christian will give you the strength to deal with it. Okay, and that's one of the things that He does. That's one of the things that God does. He does good by you by lending you His strength to deal with the negativity that can come about from the people around you, maybe family members who aren't believers and who say, "Oh, yeah, that Cameron, he's got off the deep end. He's wacko Christian now." And there's people that, to a certain extent, do that. In my case, I was looking at them and say, "Well, then you never really knew me, did you?" Because while I made a lot of bad choices and did a lot of bad things, that doesn't mean I didn't have something in me saying that there was something more somewhere along the way. I've been watching, some apologetics of the Christian faith, and one of the things that they say is that like atheist, Muslim, everybody has the innate call in them for a certain level of goodness, of understanding what good is. Maybe not to be good, because left to our own devices we're not. But to understand that murder is wrong, theft is wrong, okay, and rape is wrong, okay, abusing your children is wrong, okay, and we have the understanding that that's true. What we don't necessarily have is the ability to control ourselves, okay, or we have people who can justify what they're doing, the wrong thing that they're doing. So, that's where we need things like, we need the guidance. We need something that convicts us, doesn't condemn us, but convicts us. The world condemns, God convicts. There's a difference. That convicts us and tells us that, you know what? You knew that was wrong. And it's just like looking at your kids. I mean, we are God's children. So, I use this relationship, this father-child relationship all the time, because I'm a father, and so I understand I understand things through this lens. Your kids don't do things right all the time. Okay, it's just a fact. Okay, and in fact, I have all kinds of challenges with my 14-year-old. He is at an age that is so frustrating, and wait, so was I. But through that lens, I can see that he needs correction. And sometimes correction is simple and easy and gentle, and sometimes it isn't. Okay? Sometimes it's harsh, yelling, again, why are we talking about this again? Why these lessons will continue to be taught until learn, kid. Well, God does the same thing to us, because we do the same thing to Him. We just continue to go against Him and what He desires. So I have extra time today. It's really nice. So I'd like to dig into that a little bit more at some point in time. The relationship that we have with God is very much like a parent-child relationship, and that's how the lens I view it through as a father. Now, if you're not a parent, you might have a little difficulty with this, or if you didn't have good parents, you'll have difficulty with this, and I apologize on behalf of myself for using this analogy if that's an issue for you. I do pray that you can find that the Father is a loving Father, and you can picture yourself. And I had a friend, this friend of mine, she's such a sweet person, and her late husband, helped me through my path of being sober dramatically. Okay, and she's since remarried, and I'm so glad that she's found more happiness in this world because of that. But she likened it to, because I'll be honest, I can't tell her story in full, but she had a horrible childhood, filled with abuse, with neglect, with all kinds of horrible things that her view of parents or of father was not a good view. So if you told her at that time that you view God as your father, well, she saw an abuser. Okay, and so I beg of you, if that is your view of a father, get counseling. Okay, there is something that you need to work through. Okay, counseling is a little expensive, but a lot of insurance policies cover it to a certain extent. Get work through that, figure that out, because all you're going to do if you never work through that is you're going to pass that on forward to the next generation. That's when the sins of the father pass down. Okay, you have to break that cycle. So I beg of you, get some counseling. Okay, if you're still watching right now, you're at least interested in. And the other thing, but really the concept of God being a father, when she got past those issues, she likened it to she could visualize herself climbing up into God her father's lap, and snuggling up and being comforted and warm and protected, and that was the view she got of God and the parent-child relationship. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I think that's awesome. I mean, to me, I look at it as yes, that's there. But there's also other aspects of being a parent that's not, other things like I mean, I love my son with all of my heart, and and the issues that we have compared to his eternal soul are minor. And they're fairly common for a 14-year-old. A little bit of back talk, a little bit of sass, a little bit of trying to assert himself. So it's not that bad yet, and oh my gosh, it's going to get worse. Don't tell me that. So, but anyway, we're up to 16 minutes on this video. This is huge compared to my usual videos. But these are important things to view in your relationship with God. How do you? Please comment below. Here's your assignment for the day. Your assignment for the day is comment below. How do you view your relationship with God? How do you view it? I mean, are you like me, where it's like a parent-child relationship? Is it one of a boss underling? Is it a management style? Is it? I mean, get your marching orders and continue forward. Is it do you have a warrior attitude? There's different relationships you can have with God. And do you feel demeaned by God? And if you do, let's talk about this, because God is love, and these things, if you view it as demeaning, that's not love. And so let's talk about that. So tell me what you think about it down below, and be sure to share this, subscribe, and like this. Make sure you're following this, and you're getting notifications about when I upload. I upload every single day, 7 days a week, except for when I have a little trip or a vacation, a couple of days. I might only do it once on the weekend if I have a long weekend like that. So beyond that, hey, you have a great day. I'm expecting a package, a new camera, and I'm really excited about it. It's supposed to be showing up today. I hope it does. And maybe we'll do an unboxing video tonight. We'll see. So God bless. Have a great day. God loves you, and so do I.